What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Film Find Daily. I'm Adam Portress. Now, I was going through some movies trying to figure out what to review today, and I thought I was going to do Following from Christopher Nolan. I don't know if you can see that too well. It's a real reflecty cover. But turns out Criterion said that they are going to be releasing Following on Blu-ray come December. So I think I'm going to wait and put that off until then, talk about what comes out on the Blu-ray as well. So I was like, what else could I do? Let's do the Christopher Nolan movie that not a lot of people really remember all that well. This is 2002's Insomnia, starring Al Pacino and Hilary Swank and Robin Williams. Um, let's talk about the plot first off. Al Pacino plays an LAPD detective. Him and a partner come up from Los Angeles up to this small town in Alaska um, to figure out who's murdered this one girl. He's been called up there by a former friend of his that works up there in Alaska now. Also, to kind of, not only do they think his insights into why this girl was murdered would be interesting, he thought this will probably help get internal affairs off of his back. Apparently, Pacino and his partner had some troubles with internal affairs, possible evidence planting. And so he's like, you know what? I'll give these guys a little bit of work. They'll bring him out from L.A. and he can kind of work on this and kind of cool everything off with internal affairs. So what essentially happens is they go up and they're trying to figure out who murdered this girl. Now, there's not a lot of spoilers in this because, I mean, you can see like right directly on the cover, Robin Williams is there. So Robin Williams is the killer. There's not a spoiler in that. You find out fairly early on. I mean, you hear his, voice on the phone, and you know that's who it is. But what really happens, the interesting part of this movie comes out to be, so Robin Williams is the killer, and they're chasing him throughout the woods, throughout this scene here. And as you just saw behind me, Pacino thinks that he's going to shoot after the killer, ends up shooting his partner. His partner goes down, and Robin Williams' character, as the killer, sees Pacino's character kill his partner. And so the whole internal affairs investigation goes all into effect right there, because this is the other police officer who's involved in the internal affairs thing. So did he do it on purpose? And even Pacino's like, I'm not even sure if I did this on purpose or it was an accident. I'd like to think it was an accident, but it's mostly due to his lack of sleep, which I haven't mentioned yet. The small town in Alaska that they're in right now does not have darkness during this particular time of the year. It's light 100% of the day. And that's where Pacino's character, he gets a lot of sleep deprivation, or insomnia, as the name of the movie is. So essentially, his mind is playing tricks on him. He's seeing things when he's not seeing things. He can't perceive things properly. And first of all, I got to say this. Of all the hotels and everything, you know that your Alaskan hotel has a part of the year where it's 100% light all of the time. Why not invest in thicker curtains? That's half of this movie is Al Pacino trying to block out light from these curtains, and it's like, you know what? If you just had thicker curtains, you might be okay. I don't know. That's just a little nitpicky. But the whole movie really, it's the play between Robin Williams' character and Pacino's character, and what unfolds there. And Hilary Swank, of course, plays the Alaskan. I'm not sure if she's an actual officer or detective. I forget, but she's the one that's kind of trying to figure out what's going on, and she starts to see that something might not be all what it seems to be with Al Pacino's character. That's enough of the plot, but let's just talk about what the actual merits of the movie are. I think it's a really good movie. I think it's shot very well, but the biggest problem that this movie has is a movie that wasn't even involved with, which was Memento. Christopher Nolan's follow-up to Memento. How can you go from something that's so visually striking, it goes from a very non-linear kind of out there piece to something that really, the guy who directed like Kiss the Girls or any of those type movies could have easily done this. I think Nolan probably puts a little more flair on it than those guys would have, but it's nothing that's too out there, and it's certainly not anywhere near as good as his later flicks. And some people might equate that to the fact that, he did not solely write this himself. This remains the only thing Christopher Nolan did not write for himself. Now, he did go through and do a rewrite on the actual screenplay and everything, but he did not come up with this concept. This is actually a remake of a Swedish film of the same name. Overall, it's a very good movie. It probably is Nolan's least popular, and it's his least popular for probably a good reason. It's good. You have a lot of great actors, but at the end of the day, it's a good film, but it's not a great film. If you haven't seen it, I definitely say give it a shot. It's worth it to see the performances. It's nice to see Pacino at a kind of a low level. He's kind of at like a 4 and maybe jumps up to an 8 at one or two times throughout the film, but he's not like riding that 9 to 10 level that Pacino's always known to kind of ride on the cusp of just almost overacting, but not. And Robin Williams is a nice calm performance. Always good to see things like that, a la 1 Hour Photo. So yeah, that's today's movie is Insomnia, directed by Christopher Nolan, starring Al Pacino, Hilary Swank, and Robin Williams. Yeah, definitely give it a rent. All right, guys, that will do it for today's review. Please go to youtube.com/thefilmfind and subscribe. Hopefully we should be getting one of these out every day. And please visit thefilmfind.com. The podcast is coming back soon, so be sure to subscribe to that, and we'll see you next time.